Let's go. Ooh, we have a bit of an off pick here for Arabia Pocket. Not necessarily a bad one, but um, let's hear your thoughts, I guess. Because for Vietnam 2021, I'll probably just say Vietnam. We have the Burgundians. And yes, Burgundians, they have things going for them. They have fantastic economy because their eco upgrades cost half the food, right? Half the food, half the wood. I mix these things up, but they have cheaper eco upgrades, and they get them 1 age earlier, so they could get wheelbarrow in the Dark Age if they really, really wanted to, and they'll obviously pick up double bit-axe and horse collar earlier than most other players, as they can research them either in the Dark Age or while on the way up to the Feudal Age, which makes it smoother for the scouts opening and benefits your first few farms. Essentially a Frank's bonus light for the farms, I'd say. So that's the Burgundians pocket. The setback here is that Burgundians don't get bloodlines. So even though you get discount to the Cavalier, you actually get Cavalier in the Castle Age, by the way, as Burgundians. But you don't get bloodlines, so you'll have the same hit points as standard knights. But because it's a Cavalier, and a little bit of extra attack. But in the Imperial Age, you get Paladin for half the cost as well. But that Paladin does not have bloodlines. And is also, hold on, but has full upgrades otherwise, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah. So you'll get early Paladin, but you'll fall off quickly to the Franks of French Connexion, because they are actually Franks Paladins versus Burgundian Paladins. That's almost a joke to the Burgundians, because the Franks will be so much stronger. It will be yeah, huge hit points difference there, but earlier Paladin at least for the Burgundians. Now off to the sides, a bit of scouts fight here. Oh, lame attempt! Oh no, bailing on that one. Laming is allowed in my tournament, but the DT hero is not going to get that one, obviously. So to the right side here, DT with the Vikings, fantastic economy, or a wheelbarrow and a handcart kicking in, honestly. Allez, Anjou! Oh, I never heard of French taunts. I want to hear them someday. Oui. Le Poseidon. So Vikings might play an infantry opening here, but could also play the straight archers and benefit from that early wheelbarrow. Essentially equivalent to 3 builders creation time, so whenever the opponents pick up wheelbarrow, they will fall behind in builders compared to the Vikings. And to the left hand side we have Britons for Chuboicha. Maybe I just say 47 or purple. Playing as the Britons here. Britons 20% faster working archery ranges, benefiting the whole team. That's a team bonus. And also +1 range in Castle Age, +1 range in Imperial Age. Very handy for the Britons throughout the game to always outrange enemy archers units, and also outrange mangonels in the Castle Age. Britons crossbows, when they have Balkan era research, they have 1 more range than mangonels, so it's not easy to kill off Britain's crossbows in the Castle Age going for the mangonels. 1 militia, aka Angry Housewife, on my channel on the way out here for the Britons. No Feudal Age here, so this is a rush, a Dark Age rush from the purple player here. On the right hand side it looks more like a 21 pop archers build for DT hero here. No investment into gold yet. Didn't find the 2 sheep here. Maybe a bit too greedy with the wanting to lame the board there. But now let's have a look at purple's scouting here. Did drop the mill before the barracks, so this is a rather late rush, but it could still most certainly cause some issues here. Why? Why doesn't blue have a mill? Is blue doing the 20 pop straight arches here? So no mill, actually. That's probably to save wood for 2 ranges instantly. I'm not too familiar with this build order. But there's no mill, so Le Poseidon must have been pushing in the deer here to, yeah, get the food needed to go up to the fuselage and get those archers up quickly. You can do this with the Ethiopians because you get a little bit extra food getting it to the fuselage, and you also get 100 gold. 100 food, 100 gold for the Ethiopians reaching the next stage. Nice small walls here to keep the drush out. In the meantime, of course, the purple player is walling off everything at home to keep any aggression out, but that's not necessarily going to stop Ethiopians archers. On the right hand side, we have DT Hero going for... It could be Men at Arms. 3 on gold. But there's only 2 militia here, so it could just be a very late rush as well. Still forcing a reaction from Kaput here, though. Playing as the Chinese. It's a very late rush, though. If you really want to apply early pressure to the Chinese, maybe you're better off playing the pre-mill rush, as it's called. Placing the barracks before you place the mill. But yeah, still annoying here. Delaying the archery range a little bit from Kaput here. And yeah, forcing some idle economy, maybe. Top side of the rush isn't really doing much, so purple is moving on to the pocket side, and Wraith is very much open here with Frank's pocket. Berries exposed, woodlines exposed. If the quick walls are on point, of course you could still do damage. But purple is moving away here, mainly because of the early archers of the Ethiopians. 2 ranges straight up, and just now comes the mill here. So yeah, I haven't seen this build in practice before, but that's an interesting one to get archers up, ace up for the Ethiopians, and you see the first 2 going out here. No fletching yet though, no blacksmith probably yet, but 2 ranges to get the numbers up nice and early. Great quick walls from Wraith here. No villagers died so far this game. But some idle economy cost after all. They built the quick walls, but they're not going back to work. Oh, stray villager. And now let's have a look at the right hand side. two militia just doing the thing here. They're gonna take out the spearmen. Not that that matters too much, but that makes it easier for the Burgundian scouts to freely engage here as well. And also no fletching yet for the archers, so you could more easily focus them down with the scouts, as the archers will be doing less damage. Oh, TC fire though. That's 1 down for Gahapan here. Oh, the Ethiopian archers are massing up here. Now we have 12 of them, and they are sitting on the Britain's ranges here, trying to look for targets to snipe. Still no upgrades for either player, but purple is getting fletching here, so even with no range advantage yet, at least the attack upgrade and is going to make it easier to take the fights here. Of course, it's going to be 1 more range for the Britain's archers until the Ethiopian's player can get the blacksmith and fletching in here. Le Poseidon does have the food and gold for fletching, so that's on the way right now. Wait, Kaput has lost 5 villagers. I guess it was Burgundian scouts raiding here that I missed. Both pockets going for the scouts, as is usually the case in team games on open maps like this, but Burgundians have the numbers advantage here, might even... No, they don't have any upgrades. But there are only scouts here, there aren't really any other units here. Ooh, look at Le Poseidon moving to the pocket position here to punish the Burgundians' economy here. He got a villager snipe, and will be trying to break through the walls here. But here come the scouts back home. Maybe it's too many archers here to engage though. Ooh, good aggression from the Britons here, taking Le Poseidon off the berries. Quite a few farms here though, so food shouldn't be an issue uh, for Le Poseidon. Poseidon. Oh, but that hill is so nice. The berries on the... I thought this didn't happen on... Oh, they're playing on regular Arabia. I need to tell them that they need to play on Battle of Africa Arabia. That explains it. That explains it. It's still Arabia though, so it's just a less balanced, worse map. And not favoring the players, as some players will have berries safely on the ground and others will have them on the hill like this, or like on the other side here. So that's why we're using Battle of Africa to Arabia and not the standard Definitive Edition one. So a bit of 2 versus 1 situation here for French Connexion on the right hand side. But not really staying together, scouts and archers here, which I'm not too much of a fan of. This tower is protecting the gold and to some extent the woodline, but if you sneak the archers around there, you could still get some builder snipes on the woodline here. And scouts are pulling away, but for what reason? Is there something going on at home? There's a few archers here. Not necessarily a reason to run back home. Tjena Sisu. Läget är bra. But now I'm speaking English because I'm casting my tournament. And this is a high level bracket. It's the 1800 to 2000 bracket at work here. Kaput with more archers, I think. But Le Poseidon... Wait, these are teammates. What am I saying? So weird to see both flanks at the same position here. There is Leget. Yes, Lege. I'm just casually switching between make-believe Swedish and Norwegian here. Swedish and Norwegian is quite alike, that's why Sisu can write in his native language in my stream and I basically understand everything. Or if you spoke as well. And the crossbows are in for the Britons here. Oh, I'm missing the age transitions here as well. Burgundians are up as well. I'm assuming at least double stables, triple stables here. And a decent economy to back that. But yeah, quite a few Britons archers here. You can't go into mangonel defense here, or you can as Ethiopians, but it's just a lot harder with Britons. Purple's is gonna get some nasty raids here. Wraith is running in with scouts here, the Franks scouts with +1/+1 upgrades here, but you also can't really snipe crossbows with that, just sitting in the corner here. This is like asking to get trapped though. You could just place some houses or gates down here and then get a juicy mangonel shot in there. Le Poseidon pulling back the archers, but crossbow that's far away from Le Poseidon here. He's at 29 archers, does fire faster, but he's coming too short of range here. 4+1 range against the Britons 5+3. So that's going to be a nightmare for the blue player to deal with this. Okay, so over to the other side, some knights, Burgundians knights, and scouts over here. Gonna look for some potential raids here. 20 seconds, they're really just trying to buy the time here to, yeah, scouts in between. That allows for Le Poseidon to catch up here. Actually trapping the Britons archers, that's a good move. Actually cleaning up Britain's Castle Age crossbows with archers here. I'd say that's still value from Purple here, though. Did kill 10 villagers total so far this game. Didn't kill army, but did kill villagers, set back the Ethiopians' economy quite a bit here. Up in the top side here, Hero just hiding in the back here. Can't really hit Kaput easily here, as Kaput pulls the crossbows back. Knights in production for the Franks as well. I didn't see the uptimes. Let's have a look at the uptimes here just to compare the Franks and Burgundians here. 1 minute earlier for the Burgundians. And Cavalier, as you can see, is in with the +2 defense, the most important upgrade for the Knight line units in team games like this is definitely the defense upgrade. Now going in for some raids here on the Franks player. And will probably force the Franks cavalry to pull back home and deal with raids. Now Britain seem to be on the move again here, denying the gold of Le Poseidon here. Horrible map. Gold, main gold on the hill here for the blue player, and secondary gold. I can't even see it at this point. It's one on the hill here as well. There's not gold spots you want to see for an archer's player. Not by any means. Here comes Kaput to help deal with the raids. Remember, Burgundians, they get Cavalier in the Castle Age, so, but they still don't get Bloodlines, so actually their stats are very similar to the Knights, except for a little bit of extra attack. So Kaput can focus down these Castle Age Cavaliers, no problem. Even if it means a few crossbows lost along the way. Now, on the right-hand side, our red player is moving out here to probably break through this palisade gate with this wave of archers, or just look for exposed resources like the wood line to the side here. Yes, there we go. Raids of the Burgundians has been cleaned up, but it's triple stables production to only one stable currently producing for the Franks here. Crossbow numbers comparable, but definitely ahead for French Connexion here. And skirmisher defense from the Britons here. That's not something you only see in a team game. But it might work out here, since the cavalry is busy elsewhere. Skirmishers in front and crossbows behind means that the Britons can benefit from that extra range as well. +1 range cleans up Le Poseidon's forward here, now left with only 13 crossbows. And again off gold over here. Where's he gonna get gold? Yes, this one scouted. The third gold is all the way over here. See, this is why you play Battle of Africa Arabia, not the standard Arabia. So I'm gonna need to have a little chat with whichever of the team captains hosted this game and thought that Arabia was okay. Maybe they haven't read the updated handbook. Well, spots everywhere. Kaput trying to get some raids in, but being cleaned up with Vikings here. Now let's have a look at the economy stats here. It's 209 builders to 173, so Vietnam definitely ahead, but that's also definitely can be attributed to the actual villager kills on the Ethiopians here through the raids. Looks like a scary doubling here of the Burgundians, Cavaliers, and the Britons crossbows here. They really want the Ethiopians out of the game. What do they have against Ethiopians here? In the meantime, look at this massive boom and economy from Wraith here. Very compact economy, 5 town centers, protecting all of the farming economy, and 3 woodlands and the gold here. So it's really aiming for a big mass of knights here, and to match the Burgundians' Imperial Age, whoever is going up to Imperial first here, and hopefully get to Paladin first. So Vietnam, they recognize that. They also recognize that Wraith is raiding on Orange's side, who is on 4 town centers, by the way, but with the appropriate eco. It actually has the Imperial Age eco upgrades for both wood and farms there. You don't necessarily see that a lot, but that's Burgundy's economy for you. It's affordable. Great raids here. Purple joins in as well. Blue is very crippled here from the raids. It's down to 39 villagers. Kaput is going Imperial Age, so Kaput will have access to Arbalest with the existing amount of crossbows here, but I believe Kaput will need to pull back to Wraith's side. I think he's doing that just now to help deal with the raids here, and these are huge raids for Vietnam. The villager lead is just escalating here. Talk about getting value from the Drush opening here. That's a stray militia actually killing a villager at minute 35. That's funny. Imperial Age is on the way for the Britons as well. That's going to be very nasty with Britons Arbalest, with Bracer having 5+5 range total. And look at the economy, at the worker efficiency, at the idle TCs. Well, that doesn't matter, but may necessarily. But the worker efficiency is so low here for Wraith. Imperial Age is in for the red player as well. That's the DT hero with the Vikings here. Has a decent chunk of crossbows here to become Arbalists and keep pushing and playing 1 versus Kaput on the right hand side here. Well, Kaput is forced to fight here to try and make the best of, to diminish the numbers of the Britons here before Chemistry and Arbalists and Bracer will kick in here. I'm wondering why is not queuing Arbalist actually. But looks like the GG is called. Le Poseidon calls the GG. French Connexion lose the first game to Vietnam. And let me just have a quick chat with these captains. Or just... That's it. Let's have a look at the stats and let's move on to the next one. Yeah, I'm casting for recorded games. I generally prefer that over live games because, yeah, it's just so much waiting and stuff and everything. Did I? Oh, it's paused. The GG is called. Why aren't we getting to the end here? Yeah, anyway, we could look at the stats anyway and then move on to the next one. The first game goes to Vietnam, right? Yeah. Uh, so the military score, massive KD for the Britons there. That's impressive. And the Burgundians' economy should be quite significant here as well. Did get raided quite a bit. Let's see the uptimes as well. If we never saw the pockets reaching the Imperial Age, but the flanks doing their thing, and Britons, I think the Britons were about to get there as well. Yeah, just 1 second away. So let's have the villager counter. Ethiopians never really making it past max 44 villagers. Says something about the pressure applied here on the flanks of French Connexion. It's not live. It's recorded games. I generally prefer recorded games. Oh, African clearing is next. I like that. Alright, so we have one of my favorites here. I love nomad starts. And this is African clearing. I was debating whether to use Bedouins, but I went with the African clearing because it's been in the ranked map queue and it's just even also if you should return to the ranked queue, it's easier for the players to get practice in. I wanted to have mainly standard maps and just a few custom maps to shake things up a bit with maps never played before. Let's switch the colors here again. And yeah, it's a nomad start, so we'll speed this up a bit here after having introduced the civilizations. So we'll start with the French Connexion here. Okay, that's a bit of a fun chat, but yeah, let's not go into that. Indians for Le Poseidon. It's Le Poseido, I guess. It's it's not a. It's about the direction of the apostrophes. Apostrophe. Ugh, can't talk. Villager fighting not allowed. So purple will just have to pass here. No, not allowed until minute 5 has passed, I believe. But good scouting intel, of course, for purple to know that there are this close. So Indians here. Why Indians? Because Indians collect shorefish faster. I think it's 10 or 15%, 10% I believe at this point. So you'll see the players dropping town centers on the ponds because you'll collect the shorefish. No matter your civilization, you collect shorefish very quickly. But Indians collect them even faster. That's why Indians are picked here. And they also have great scouts opening and mobility and can go up ridiculously early on this map. As for Kaput, going for the Berbers here, wanting to play the cavalry, but also they have been drafting, so he's wanting to counter pick the Mongols picked, which they might have expected Vietnam to go for here. Berbers have access to camel archers, so that's the best counter unit to Mongols, cavalry archers, Mangudai, you name it. Also, Berbers have great cavalry, it's cheaper in the Castle and the Imperial Ages, so that makes a difference there. And finally, Wraith with the Spanish. Spanish built town centers faster, so that's a very subtle but hidden eco bonus, kind of, or not, not hidden but not obvious eco bonus for the Spanish. On moment starts, they'll build the town center more quickly and more quickly get to resource production. Spanish will probably be playing the unique unit here to go for a somewhat fast castle and drop castles and make conquistadors. And yes, Sisu, the rule is 5 minutes, no villager attack. Specifically for the nomad start over here. Specific nomad rules. So yeah, Spanish probably going to play castle and conquistadors here. I think it's going to drop a mill maybe and mill this area. Because you'll need 2 buildings to go up anyway. Now, as for the other team, we have Vietnam. I already mentioned the Mongols. Could be very strong on this map. You could play Mongols cavalry archers because they fire 30% faster and long term going into Mangudai as well. And of course, collecting the hunt 40% faster means you get a nice and quick feudal age to go into a scouts opening if you want to, for map control and scouting purposes. Then there's our Mayans player here, in the orange. I switched the color. Gahapan here with the orange. Mayans could also go for the unique unit. He plays the castle and go for the plumed archers because of their mobility and their basically the mobility and castles, of course, for map positioning and control. And finally, we have purple here, 47 Chu Boita with the Persians. So I'm not sure how Persians apply here. They have a fantastic boom, of course, with the town center working 10, 15, and 20% faster, feudal, castle, and imperial age. And town centers more hit points as well. So you could, if you want to, you could go for a douche, of course, but drop the TC. Kill your TC and drop it on the opponent, but probably not gonna happen here. Now let's just speed it up a little bit and see what the feudal age brings us. It should actually happen soon enough here. See, Indians. First up here, of course. 17 population up for Le Poseidon. the Poseidon with some convincing 17 population up here. Making a spearman first to protect the mills that are further away from the town center, and dropping the stable 3 villagers here to really boost that production. Now, one a little bit awkward thing for... Oh, he wants to drop the TC! Oh, this... He already... Oh! What is this? What kind of... That's too far! Okay, so I said you could douche as the Persians. TC drop. And that's too... Is that really in range? TT only has 6 range. Maybe it's just within range. At least it hits the wood line, but I don't think it reaches the TT. Oi, oi, oi. What? Okay. I think Vietnam 2021 really don't like Nomad Starks. Okay, now I wish I had a grid mod because then I could count, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's too far. I think this is 7 tiles, not 6. Well, it still takes Le Poseidon off the woodland here. So oh, this is this is just brilliant. Scouts already out, and Chubocha really wants to just kill this easy. I think they want a quick African clearing game here and just move on to their home map, because this just... It sets the Persian players so far back. It's kind of... I mean, it's affecting a little bit of the economy of Le Poseidon here, but he already has scouts out, he has army presence, will be killing so many villagers. Look at the villager count! 12 villagers for purple here as the town center goes up. And... Alright, let's see what Purple's teammates are up to here. Lions, Blacksmith Market, Fast Castle here. Not... Yeah, no, not collecting stone. And the Mongols going for the scouts. And hasn't really found any place to hit yet. Finds the short fishes of Le Poseidon over here though, so that's good. We're gonna get some villagers down for... the green player here, 3 villagers dead just like that. Where is the spearman? Maybe got focused down. But then again, green has scouts of their own, of his own, and will deal with this, of course. Keep making villagers, doesn't care about repairs here. Feudal Edge is already in as well, so this TC drop isn't going to affect the progression through the game significantly for Le Poseidon here. Top side, we have stone investment from Wraith, of course. Gonna drop that castle once that Castle Age kicks in, I believe. Does have the stone for it. Could assume some presence on the map here, and Kaput with the Berbers as well. Just about to hit the Castle Age with 24 villagers here. Double stable knights on the agenda here, so to speak. Could take out the stray economy of Chuvoy Cha here. Could contest this town center if need be. And yeah, they could certainly cripple the Mongols' economy down here with the mobility of the Berbers cavalry and the Spanish conquistadors as well. Right, so good scouts engagement for DT hero here. Diminishing the number of Le Poseidon. Let's have a look at Green's resources here. Yeah, I'm not going to see that the next age anytime soon. Probably quite a bit of wood here. Loses the starting TC, will rebuild it probably somewhere reasonable. Oh, that's not great though. But the scouts are out, so that TC is going to go up. The spearmen will take the Persians villagers here as well, and Purple can't drop another TC. And these TC drops, man, first on the hill there outside the range of the green one, and now just another one 2 tiles further, and you can't even eat the shortfish. Knights are here to... I mean, Purple could get defeated here. Purple could honestly get defeated here. Once the Berber's Knights reach a critical mass and proper upgrades, you could start taking out that Persian TC with Knights alone. Okay, it's not that bad. It's on the woodland and it's on the shorefish, so I take it back. That's a decent one for the Poseidon here. Mayans going for the boom approach here. No castle yet, after all. Wanting to extend into a boom here, and you'll argue, of course, that the TC drops of the Persians have been somewhat successful there, delaying the Indians. Maybe it was the plan all along, but it's been costing so many villagers' life of the players. Well, look at the villager count. 22 villagers at minist, almost 21 here. French Connexion somehow aren't that far ahead because 2 of the players are going for a semi all-in army mass player. Oh, nice catch of the conquistadors here to realize this castle is going up for the orange player. It's not going to be enough though to deny it, but worthwhile engagement still. I think they got a few villagers off the Mayans player there, establishing a lead now of 10 villagers for French Connexion. Easy number 4 for the Mayans going up here, going massive boom mode, and as is the Mongols. That could be hurtful if it's not punished enough, but DT here is making camels here as well to hold off the little bit of the cavalry pressure, so it's not going to be any insane Mongols boom just yet. We see more town centers for the Spanish and Berbers here as well, and even Castle Age on the way for the Poseidon here, so might even TC the woodline to the side here and just really fortify that villager lead that French Connexion already have. There's the cast knight for Le Poseidon. Is there another town center being dropped or anything? No, stable actually. Ah. So going to provide to the army as well here. Le Poseidon. Food, gold. Quick look at the resources sent here as well. Yeah, the army lead is massive for French Connexion here. It's 24 to 9. And if they keep extending on those armies, that should make it very awkward for the Vietnam to pull off a boom here. We have 5 Bloom Archers out, but that's not nearly enough. They don't even have the upgrades yet. They only have fletching. So the Berbers cavalry even... No, they have +2 defense actually. They should be able to catch up with the Bloom Archers here. Let's see the Conquistadors. Will they get any hits in? No fletching for the Bloom Archers, remember, so the Conquistadors actually outrange the Bloom Archers here. Oh, this could be a good... No, 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 keep moving! Ah! Fun thing is that red doesn't quite react either. That's going to be quite a few dead builders for red here. 1, 2... Yeah, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't react! What's red doing that's so important you can't pull villagers away here? Yeah, they're doomed. They're dead. Let's go back to the Eco KD here and have a look. Wraith even collected a relic in the middle of all this. Look at all these villagers killed by the Conquistadors of Wraith here. 17 villagers. 143 to 104 villagers here for French Connexion. And Persian's player still in the feudal age with only 25 villagers. Hardly contributing to the hold of the game. Is it gonna be another town center drop now, or what's going on? So many villagers inside the town center here. So the Indian camels are on the move, and 6 camels from the Indians player having survived the DC drop and uh, beating the Persians player big time to the castle age here. Plume Archers joining in, but again the military situation is way ahead for French Connexion here. It's yeah, 3 times the military. So you just need to keep adding military and keep the pressure going so that the opposing team aren't allowed to get a big boom going. So a bit of lacking scouting here. They don't see this TC, they don't see this TC. So the mobility could have been played even better here for French Connexion. Oh, this should be good. Even if they are camels here for the Mongols, they are lacking some upgrades. Berbers with +2 defense at least. And Conquistadors, they should shred the camels as long as the camels don't get close as well. 3 town centers for both teal and blue here on the top, and 2 for the Indians as well. So look, Poseidon not really stressing getting to the woodlines to the sides here. I'm surprised there's not really any wood issues for the green player here. Getting some raids in with the camels as well, has sniped even more villagers, maybe thirsty for some revenge on the purple player here. But they are yeah, missing some intel as to where the purple player is grabbing resources. They haven't found the woodline, but there's only 4 villagers there, so not that big of a deal. Maybe 19 villagers only for purple here. Not looking too pretty. Guess we'll have to pay a little bit of attention to the to these link stats here. Another castle for the Mayans here, still hoping to get those Plumed Archers numbers up. 67 villagers and Castle Age finally for the Persians player. 3 relics for Brave. How is they even had the time to collect relics in the middle of all this aggression? Another castle as well, so we're going to double up on that Conquistadors production. We have 20 Conquistadors on the field. We have 33 Berbers Knights on the field, and there's no reason whatsoever for the Berbers to make Cavalry Archers yet, because there aren't any Cavalry Archers of Mangada on the field. The GG is called, and understandably so, with one player just nerfing himself into oblivion here by TC dropping the Indians, and unsuccessfully so. Nice spot of Le Poseidon, by the way, to see that TC drop coming and using the scouts to deny it, place some buildings foundations, so that the town center, in fact, went up on the hill here. 1 tile, presumably, away from the Indians TC, so less efficient. Let's have a look here at the stats. And we'll go into the decider game, in fact. Fantastic economy for the Spanish. They're out-ecoing everyone here, even with the fat castle approach into a castle and then the town centers. So, good work with the Conquistadors play and also the macro behind it for Wraith. This means we're going to Vietnam's home map, which should be Picks African Clearing Team Islands. Okay, so it's going to be Team Islands. Wonder what that that could be the second TC drop or something. Third TC, I don't know. Villager fighting maybe. Alright, third game is going to be Team Islands. I'm gonna put it up right away, and sorry to say that this would be the last cast of today because it's half past 12 and I'm honestly getting too sleepy to follow the games as I'd like to, so that's going to be the last one. I'll get back to the 2K Plus games later this week. A game. Team Islands it is. We'll switch up the colors yet again here. Give DT Hero the orange here instead of the yellow to more easily follow the progression. I'll be right back because I really need to go to the bathroom, but just to enjoy some Dark Age ASMR while I return. I'll be right back. Alright, yeah. Sorry about walking out there. That's the way it goes. It's Team Islands. It is Vietnam's home map, and after French Connexion won the previous game, we have a backstock here for DT here with the Khmer. And Khmer, that Khmer pocket. It smells like a landing to me, but we'll see. Could also play land defense if the other team goes for a landing here. And Khmer obviously not horrible on water. They have Bracer, which is crucial for the galleys and galleons rather, late game for the range and attack that entails. But I'm assuming Khmer might go for a landing here. Left side, Portuguese for our purple player, Chu Boicha here. And definitely going to play water with the Portuguese. Could of course play a landing, but Portuguese have amazing bonuses for naval play. And another bonus for the Portuguese is that you get free instant cartography from the very dark age, so they can more easily communicate about positioning on the map and when and where to hit without needing a market to see what your teammates are doing. Finally, to the right side, we have Malay from Gahapan here, and probably also going to play water. It's a front dock. As for the Portuguese, indicating that they want to They want to go for naval aggression, while the Khmer player might sneak a transport in on the other side. Alright, as for French Connexion, we have Wraith here with the Koreans. Turtle ship as a unique unit, very strong but slowly firing unit. That, yeah, it's basically a very tanky ship that could come in handy to snipe buildings uh, or act as a meat shield in front of your galleys or whatnot. And if you go for a landing with Koreans, you obviously have access to war wagons from the castle or archers, crossbow arbalest with instant defense upgrades, which comes in handy. Everyone going up here at... Actually, Vietnam are beating... Okay, so it's fishing ship count playing in here, I guess. The fuel age uptimes are comparable here, but it seems like there's more of a fish investment from Vietnam. Actually, Malay can age up 66% faster, so that explains the higher builder count as well. Naval bonuses applying to the Malay, unique technology giving docks, and upgrade to harbors, which will have them firing arrows, and fish traps almost infinite, which is also a nice food boost to go into. So they're flaring the dock positionings. I think, oh, there's a landing coming, so they spotted that landing. Nice spot. This landing could be denied immediately. Kaput here landing with the Japanese, and Le Poseidon with the Italians. Probably going to fight water as well with the Italians. Nice recognition on Kaput there just to pull away. All three starting scouts of Vietnam here just paying full attention to the landing coming their way, and they're not gonna allow that to happen. Nope. Not gonna work. Not gonna give you that one. Yeah, just pulling back home. That landing would work for Kaput. Not this time around. Might actually be pulling around to this side and still sneak the landing out. But let's actually pay a little bit attention to that. Oh, it's gonna be intercepted. That's such a nice spot from Purple here to catch that transport ship. Might not stop the landing here, but now they're already placing house foundations. Maybe considering walling off here, just in case the Japanese player manages to land here. On the other side here we have galleys for Le Poseidon with the Italians here, and the army count is ahead for French Connexion here. Yep, the landing is a fact. You have to stay clear of the fire galley fire, of course. Two starting scouts, Red Scout chiming in here as well. Everyone is in the fuel age, so the scouts are quicker and will make more damage as well. And this again. Well, if anything, it's causing a distraction here for on Vietnam, and French Connexion have a more equal situation here compared to Vietnam, where the Khmer player is slightly behind. It's a fast castle for the Khmer, maybe. Why the market though? Is it to adjust food or wood? Oh, floating lots of wood here. Not sure what the Khmer player is up to here, but yeah. Definitely not doing a landing yet. 8 fire galleys and counting for the purple player here, as there's 10 galleys for Le Poseidon. And we'll snipe single units here most likely with that range that galleys have. Fletching is in, as we can see as well, so that adds to the range and damage output. Should be an easy fight here for Le Poseidon to diminish the red numbers rapidly here. 3 docks for the Poseidon, and in fact there was a Khmer landing, but unsuccessful as well, so good awareness on the map here. That's Team Islands for you. There's always going to be lots of action and too much to follow in general. So Kaput's landing got stopped. I guess the transport might have gotten sniped. I can't really find the transport anymore around here. And also French Connexion, they don't really have... Yeah, they have the back dock scouted, but they're not really contesting that yet. Maybe that's the plan with the galleys moving out here now. Kaput taking a beating though from the fire galleys of the purple player here. Here's the thing, somehow Vietnam have been able to catch up with the numbers and keep going. Maybe they added more docks or they just have more fluid production. Portuguese do save 20% gold per gold costing unit, so that plays a role in the big picture here. Could snipe some fishing ships here. Fishing ships idle for the Malay. That's a good engagement for Le Poseidon over here. But now they're going to try an alternate approach here. 5 scouts made at home for Wraith here. Going to land with scouts instead of trying to establish presence on land. Oh! He's gonna see the transport! Nice! That's such a nice catch here from Le Poseidon, seeing through the Khmer second landing plan here and completely stopping it there. Yeah, now they're preemptively walling at home here just in case a landing might happen here. I like that approach. This... where's the stable over here? It's still here. Korean scouts, actually. Blue losing the docks here, so no more landings for Kaput here. It's being set back here, but Castle is on the way. A new transport ship is on the way as well from this dock. It's actually ready here, so we're not giving up on the landing idea for the Japanese here. But where are you going to land? Maybe over here? More docks going down now in the front as well, but oh, looked like it was stuck there for a moment. Oh, where's the landing? Here we go. Let's follow the landing. They're flaring front and back. I don't know what that's about, but it's probably going to land here. And that flare could be for the gold here, maybe that is, which is rangeable by Castle Age galleys. Finally, we're going to see a Japanese landing working out here. And let's see the resource setup for Kaput here, if it's going to be the scouts or the archers here. Wood, gold, yeah, it's going to be the archers. Cool. So walls don't stop archers, and the Khmer player is quite open here regardless. Could hide in houses, of course, to save builders' lives, but will still be idled eco-wise. What am I listening to here? Oh, that's a wolf. Malay with the war galleys here as for DT Hero, and Wraith coming with war galleys from the other side here. This could be a great fight for French Connexion here. Castle Age in for Le Poseidon. Fitting name for Team Islands, by the way. And it's the Greek god of water or something like that. And yeah, easy. This should be a very easy fight for French Connexion here. They'll... Ooh, Wraith actually leaves that to Le Poseidon here, or... Nah, they're coordinating, but they need to attend to the other side, of course, here as well, with lots of war galleys and fire ships here. Portuguese just going crazy here with how many docks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But, I mean, blue doesn't really need the docks right now. It's going to be the land aggression here, or crossbows and siege for Kaput here. Kaput. And red is about to lose all of the, well, not all, but all the naval army on this side anyway. And they still haven't spotted the landing over here, which could be devastating for Vietnam. There's so much action going on the water, so they obviously can't pay attention to everything here. See that one fire ship in front there? It's kind of acting as a meat shield in front of all the galleys, so that the war galleys of the opponent will be focusing on the front unit. Careening now on the way for Gahapan in the red here, careening for 5 war galleys and some fire ships. Careening, that gives the ships extra armor, so that's makes them less vulnerable, especially to ranged fire from other galleys like this. Hit and run for the galleys here. That should work out as against what is mainly fire galleys here. If they get close, of course, they'll eat up these galleys, but war galleys, but they're not really allowing that to happen. And now the landing aggression here. Nice. DT Hero spots the landing builders, but they don't really have any land army. So this could, as I said previously, this could be devastating. We'll see Kaput going straight for the Portuguese here, going straight for the gold to deny that gold of Woi here, and reaction here by Woi to go into defensive siege to deal with the crossbows here. But if your microwaves on point, you may be able to dodge mangonel shots with your archers. Triple range archers on land for Kaput here. Might even hit multiple places at once here. Not did that in siege yet, which is a bit interesting after having invested into that siege workshop. Monster going up as well to heal up units or to convert enemy knights that try to snipe your siege. Seems like a strong forward on Vietnam's island by Kaput here. Naval numbers are back in the hands of French Connexion as well. They are taking good fights and they are outmassing the galleys of Vietnam here. Vietnam have to attend to the aggression on the homeland here. Even the stable for Kaput here. Just getting everything out there. I guess Kaput saw this siege workshop going up, so he's just gonna pull away and try to make damage elsewhere. Uh-oh, Mangonel coming close here. Will Kaput notice this happening? No. Well, he sees it now. Crossbows hopping in here. While the galleys are fighting on the other side now. Vietnam are massing up the numbers again here, and then I'd say ship counts are comparable here. You don't want to allow the fire ships to get close here in these naval fights because they'll kill off the galleys so quickly. The galley production of Wraith is on point though. It's five docks producing and more docks going up even for Le Poseidon as well to double up on the production here. And they've not really threatened on land here other than ranged boats to hit exposed resources close to the shoreline. And Kaput is meanwhile getting lots of builder kills on land here. 19 builders killed so far. And idling resources left and right here, pushing with knights and crossbows on the left hand side, crossbows on the other side. Very good land aggression from the Japanese player. Whom they may have, the opponents may actually have assumed was going for naval play as well, playing as the Japanese. Monster defense for the Chubai Cha here. Monster goes up, but of course we will need some time to make the monks as well. Scorpion defense won't really work ideally with knights now out on the field for the Japanese. Another big Magneton shot for DT Hero though, but Khmer player, I'm not sure what's going on here. He's trying to contribute on water and has to defend on land, so it seems to be a little bit too much happening for the orange player DT Hero currently. 29 war galleys for the green, 11 for red, 21 for purple, and also the Khmer player adding more galleys. So in total, I think Vietnam has the naval numbers here. This is a bad fight for green, by the way. Maybe communication is a bit off here. Scouts still on land for Wraith. I guess they're just moving around just to confirm that there aren't any landings happening. And also protecting TC drop on this double gold here. Nice TC spot. Castle going down here to protect the docks and maybe allow more docks to be constructed around here. And of course a point of refuge against the aggression here. Look at all the blue on Vietnam's side here as well. 3 ranges, siege workshop, 2 stables, monastery. And just very little land army aside from siege for Vietnam 2021 here. Do have the Portuguese going to Imperial Age, which could change up the naval fighting quite a bit, having access to Galleon, or Elite Caravel for that matter. But the pressure on land here is just so nasty from Kaput here. Let's see the resources, not really any potential for castles here, except for Kaput here, actually has enough stone to drop a castle as well. Whether that goes up defensively at home or forward to deny resources and production of the opponents, that remains to be seen. As we are seeing the orange players scrambling up some stables here to help defend the land position here. Yeah, castle definitely going up offensively here, but that's only 1 villager, isn't it? Almost sniped the foundation there by DT Hero. Oh, this is okay. 2 villagers. My bad. 2 villagers. This is such disrespect. That's an act of competence right there to push up a castle with 2 villagers on the enemy island and just know that they can't really do much about it. Pretoria! Also the Wonder. Bit too early for Pretoria, isn't it? So, monks, mangonels, Kaput will need to pay attention here. Pulls away the villagers. There's only 2 villagers building after all. But if this castle goes up, it actually fortifies a position here for to deny the stone and gold to some extent here. Mangonels going down. 1 knight gets converted, but that's 2 mangonels down. And the monk as well. And the land armies here. Kaput is just ever increasing here. 2 ranges producing more crossbows, pumping out a knight here and there as well. And the knights have +2 defense, so they'll tank most melee units and whatnot here. Let's have a look at the resources again as well to see for the transition here of Kaput. Yeah, no sign of an Imperial Age just yet. So with Portuguese in the Imperial, this castle could be trapped down if it at all goes up here. Turtle ship, 50 attack. So basically 3-shotting these war galleys. Yeah, but it does fire slowly though. Can't believe this castle is going up with only 2 villagers. That's impressive from Kaput. I'm forcing a reaction of the Portuguese on land, of course, having to go into trebuchets here to deal with the castle. It might not stay up for very long, but it still allows the blue player to keep the aggression up here. Sniping more siege, raiding on land, and French Connexion also with an equal lead here with 274 villagers to 233. Army lead, maybe due to the fact that there are big land armies here. Oh, the fire ships are getting close. They are going to shred quite a few of these galleys, and red isn't pulling away. Ah, big engagement here for our teal player. That's lots of free kills with the fire ships here, and Portuguese is moving in with the what are those? Are they are galleons now? So they have more range, more attack output. But Koreans also in the Imperial Age here with galleons. In fact, French Connexion have 2 players in the Imperial Age now. Italians are up. And Castle pushed back 2 villagers on land still for Kaput, just stealing some stone here, but they certainly got the value here from the landing, even if this land presence is lost. Let's look at the castles going up on the shorelines here for French Connexion, just further fortifying their positions. I'm pretty sure they won water at this point with fast fire ships and galleons out here. Only missing, yeah, they're getting shipwright to further boost the production and strength of the ships as well. And then there's Silk Road for, I think that's improving the trade for Italians. "41 galleons, 26 fast fire ships, 11 galleons." Big naval domination for French Connexion, I would say. We still have Khmer in the Castle Age here, and resources not really allowing for any Imperial Age for the Khmer here. Landing never quite worked. I'm assuming that was their planned strategy here with the Khmer from the pocket. And they're really struggling to get back into it here. Did take a beating, I guess, from the... didn't really lose too much to the Japanese, just maybe a bit at a loss as to what to do here with the Khmer when water has been lost to French Connexion here. Love the castles going up all around here, makes it almost impossible for Vietnam to land here. And eco count just escalating for French Connexion here. All 3 in the Imperial Age, as said. And now getting dry dock and the appropriate Imperial Age upgrades as well to further diminish the numbers of the opponents here. I'm assuming we might see some cannon galleons added here as well. Turtle ships, a limited substitute, of course, but yeah, you want to deal with the castles on land here from Vietnam 2021, so just to ensure that they can't comfortably get back on water as well. So the trade, yeah, trade is running for French Connexion as well, so we'll have a look at the trade units and the stats here now. It's only teal trading for now, but yeah, it's going to be near impossible for Vietnam to punish that trade approach here of French Connexion. Unless they win water back, of course, but that doesn't look quite very likely. For the time being, 102 military to 38 here, and Khmer player far away from PopCap here. Or transports, 2 transport for the Japanese here. Careening is not in, actually. If Careening was in, it had you'd have 10 population space inside the transports, but that's 2 transport ships, so allows the Japanese player to transport over yet again, maybe make a castle drop or something. I'm missing some cannon galleons or some kind of naval siege here to take out... here they are. Elite cannon galleons for the Italians here. That's going to make quick work of these castles. They have 45 attack and 15 range, so the Malay castles won't be staying up for long here. Fast fire ships back on the menu for Malay here. Quite a decent chunk of them, but not nearly in the numbers required yet, I believe. Treadmill crane. It's going to be a castle drop on land here for for Wraith with the Koreans here. It's just to get buildings up more quickly in general. Almost feels like they're researching researching just to get a score boost here. Now they are 4,000 score ahead and massive eco and military lead here. There's not really any way back here. Even Fatorius can't say Vietnam 2021 here now. Their Khmer player is still in the Castle Age and seems to have not quite given up, but it's not really contributing too much to the overall initiative here either. So much military. Castles going down on either side here. Yeah, cannon galleons for Wraith as well. I did see siege engineer spear resource there, but apparently that doesn't apply to cannon galleons. But it does apply to sniping traps, and looks like purple is out of stone here. Can't repair anywhere. We'll either have to buy stone to repair the castle and just or just simply allow that castle to go down. Nice raids on the gold here as well. Galleons, they have 7+3 range, so that's 10 range total. You could easily raid exposed resources when there aren't castles protecting them. Panic mining of gold here for the purple player, refusing to give up in this best of 3. But this is looking very grim for Vietnam. We're finally going Imperial Age here, and I'm not sure what that's going to accomplish for them because... yeah, trade is running fully for French Connexion here. They are... look at all these trades. 32, 14, 15, that's like 70 trade units total to 0 for Vietnam, who will be running out of gold shortly here. Of course, Vietnam's only hope here is to survive until all the resources on the map run out, and then they'll have Fatorias to save their lives, but it's not going to come to that. French Connexion, the trading much better here overall. Just look at the KDs here, 235 to 130, 230 to 141, etc, etc. They just have been trading units way better overall here. As the GG is called, and French Connexion pull off the reverse sweep here and take a 2-1 against Vietnam 2021. That's it. 188 galleons and 166 galleons. That's the main unit at work here. Let's browse through the stats here again. Very similar eco approaches here. Of course, Malay getting them a little bit later for some reason. Horse color not needed in the early game here because you're not placing farms until much later because of the fish income on islands maps. Military stats. Well ahead for French Connexion here, but kudos to Kaput for that landing play with the Japanese. Finally making the landing after 2 or 3 failed attempts and making it worth it big time. Nice boom for the Koreans there. Khmer never quite up to snuff here with the others. Fast castle not resulting in a good landing. I'm assuming that was the plan in with the Khmer here. Nice boom for the Portuguese as well, and the eco income pretty decent for Malay and Portuguese, but they took worse fights with ships on water, or they took fights they needed to take, but they lost water and weren't tried to make comebacks, but couldn't quite make it in the end.